On Divorce Court today. Is the loss of a business a good reason to break up a marriage? Gabrielle thinks so. She blames Deven for ruining her insurance business. He says she gave him no credit for running their house and caring for their children. Gabrielle Harris and Deven Harris have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toler to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Mrs. Harris, you want to divorce your husband of what, 9 years?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to divorce your husband of 9 years because you believe his laziness has caused you to lose a business that you had for some 18 years and you can't get over it. Tell me what happened to your business and why you think he's to blame.
Well, I had a business for actually, like I said, 18 years, and I built that business. And then when we got together, I was already in for 10 years. And then we got together, I ended up, he made a mistake, in our office. It caused me to lose my license. And I said, okay, I need for you to go get your license so we can recoup the business again. I had an office, I was like, it was awesome.
Like a real estate license or?
Insurance license.
Insurance license, okay.
And he had taken the test before, but because he didn't follow through with his reinstatement, he lost it. So I'm like, just study and take the test. It's not that hard. You did it before, you can do it again. I know you can do it. And he would study for about a day, then he'd stop studying. I'm like, Deven, are you studying? Oh, okay, I'm about to study. Deven, are you studying? And he wouldn't do it. And, we were struggling, and it's just like, and I feel honestly like it was his fault because if he just got the license, we would still have the business. It was a very simple test, and he just never would do it.
He just wouldn't do it. Mr. Harris, do you agree that it was your mistake that caused her to lose her license?
To lose her license? No, it wasn't me that caused her to lose her license.
You know that's what she just said,
yeah,
right?
I hear what she's saying, but it wasn't me that caused her to lose her license. What caused her to lose her license is that you have a team of people that's working with you, and somebody makes a mistake, it rolls up.
Right.
Who's ever
and the buck stops at the top.
Exactly. And so, no, I didn't get my license redone like I was supposed to. I did take the test, though, but it was things going on with the business before she asked me to enter the business with her.
So she was already struggling in the business when she asked you to come forward.
Exactly.
Is that true?
No. No.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
No.
Okay, well, let me back up a little bit, Ms. Harris, because I found you interesting on paper. You told a couple of stories about how you met him, why you thought decided he was the man for you, and why you thought his proposal, the manner in which he proposed, was cosmically correct. And I want you to tell me those stories.
Well, I always have like a type of guy, had to graduate from college, had to be over 6 feet tall, had to have, there's certain like things like
criteria that he had to
meet.
A list.
And then I asked God, because my list wasn't working, so I was like, okay, God, bring to me who you feel I should be with. And so then I was in a wedding, and I did not want to be in the wedding, and because I was going through my first divorce, and so I just didn't want to be in a wedding, going through a divorce. And so then the day before the wedding, the rehearsal, we're late. The bride and I are late, so we're like racing into the location where it is. And the wedding was by the side of a lake, and the sun was setting at the time. And then so he was standing by the lake, and the way that the sun was setting, it actually felt like this glow around him, and God told me like that's him. I'm like, him? Because he's sitting there, he had like the baseball cap.
So you thought God was shining a light on him to let you know that he was the dude that you needed to be with.
Yeah.
Now then, there's a circumstance about his marriage and the 10 years and the date that further led you to believe he was your divinely sent man. Please tell me that story.
The day that his first wife passed away, which was in December, and December 3rd? Right. On December 3rd was the same exact day that my husband, my first marriage, he actually came to me and said our marriage is over. And because he was going up to vacation with his parents, he said, when I get back, you need to be gone, because I'm moving.
So because his first wife died and your second husband told you goodbye on the same date, that led you to further believe that this was the right union. Don't you feel that's a little bit fanciful?
No.
An odd way to pick a guy? Not really?
well, all the normal ways didn't work, so like, hey, maybe this is it.
Okay. Okay. What do you say is the reason your marriage is failing? She thinks it's because you ruined her business. You don't agree that you ruined her business. What are your concerns about your marriage?
Well, I think, things need to be worked on as far as, me being married before and her being married before, there are other family members involved,
right.
Children.
Yeah, you got a lot of kids, right? This is like 6.
I got 6. I came with 6.
You have 6 kids, and you
had
have
2.
And we have one
and
together.
We have one
And
together.
you have one together. So there's a lot of people in your household.
A lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
Is that causing a strain on your union?
It's causing a little bit because, you have to take responsibility for them. And then coming from 2 different households, they're raised different. So now you got to come together and say, okay, this is how it's going to be done. And it's not easy. It's just not an easy task. But
is one of you more lenient than the other? What is the primary?
She's more lenient.
No, I'm not.
Please.
Please.
You are more lenient. Come on. I'm the one that, it's like bad cop, good cop. When things go down, everybody, oh, here comes Dad, because Dad is, I'm going to fuss about it. I'm going to have something to say about it. Oh, why you fussing so hard? Why you so hard? What? Why am I so hard on them? First, you just got through telling me what they did. Go talk to them. So when I'm talking to them, then you want me to...
Mad about what you said.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Do you do that?
I do.
Ah.
I do. Yeah. But the thing about it is that, because he comes in yelling and screaming at everyone.
Don't start off yelling.
Always
start off
talking.
talking.
Off talking. Then, yeah, true. But then he starts yelling and screaming at everybody, cursing all the kids out and stuff. And then when I come back to reinforce what he said, he doesn't back it up. He's like yells and screams, doesn't back it up. So it's like, Deven, if I'm on one side saying don't do this or don't do that, and then you yell and scream at everybody, but then you still let them do it after yell and scream. So that's the whole purpose of it.
What happens is, if I say I'm gonna do something, then you always come to me and say, well, hey, let's do it like this. Won't you try something different? And then I'm like, at first I used to be like, really? No. But she helped me with a lot of things over the years, because I had, after my first wife, I was kind of mad at everybody. Just mad at the world,
So you were just angry a lot.
Yeah, but I wasn't angry to the point where she says I take it out on everybody, and I don't. If you got...
usually the person taking everything out on everybody is the last to know. You know what I mean? Everybody who's getting hollered at, they figure it out first. So,
Right.
I'm not sure what happened, but I'm just putting that out there for,
right.
For your consideration.
Next, when it comes to disciplining their children, does Gabrielle get what she needs when she expects Deven to become the enforcer? Are you considering marriage but aren't sure that your intended is really right for you? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Divorce Court. Real relationships, raw emotion. Testimony continues now.
I will say this about the children, then I'm going to let it go, because it's an ongoing issue whether you're together or not. You've got to come and be on the same page about the parenting thing. And I think sometimes we ladies, yeah, I'm going to call your father in, and then we can't take it when he gets hard. And I've been in that position myself. And one day my husband told me, he said, look, don't call the SWAT team and then get mad when somebody gets shot.
Hello.
You know what I mean? So if you're going to call me in, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to deal with it because you know how I am. You know how I roll. Don't call the SWAT team. See what I'm saying? So you call him in, you got to let him do his deal. Okay? You say he's got a roaming eye and it bothers you. Tell me who he's looking at, when he's looking at her, and how often you've caught him.
Oh, so many times. As soon as it's a certain type of woman. As soon as the shoulder-length hair, booty, walks into the liquor store or walks into the grocery store or walks into wherever we are, he's... And he follows, and he will watch her all the way through. One time, we were in Costco, And he watched this woman for the whole entire time we're in Costco, because Costco was empty. And she was walking out to her car. And I was like, hey, follow her home. Go ahead.
Now, are you watching the women with the...
Yeah, no, because if that's the case, you know, my wife, I think my wife is beautiful, but she don't have the hair hanging all down, you know, and her hair is beautiful and long, but she ain't got the big old butts and all that. And that's what she's saying, that's my type of woman. Like, if that's the case, I would have went that direction.
Well, where's she getting that from? What do you think she's misinterpreting that you're doing?
I don't know. She's very insecure, that I do know. Insecure. Anytime because I'm a dreamer. I admit, I daze out. Sometimes I'm sitting there and I'm like, and she'd be like, what are you looking at? And I'd be like, what? I seen you go over there and talk to her. I'm like, no, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You weren't even looking at anybody.
Yeah,
You just weren't there
I was
at
in my
all.
own head. I was in my own head.
You can't be in your own head all the time.
Yeah, I'm
You
in
know,
there
it's
quite
like,
often. That's my getaway, because sometimes
Your
I
getaway
need
is
to
to
get
watch
away.
a woman walk by.
No, I
Okay.
don't watch women walk by. But you notice people, we both notice people. We've seen people like, oh, look at that dude right there. You be like, oh, yep, oh, look at her right there. And we joke about it.
Right.
So,
but that's my own
yeah,
mechanism to
come
deal
on.
with the fact I knew you were just looking at her. So
Nope.
I would make a comment about her because
That's
I knew
just
you were
like
just looking at her.
being in business, you have to, the business we're in, you have to talk to people.
Right.
And talking to people, sometimes you got to talk to old friends and old family members. Well, in her case, I don't care if she calls old friends and all that, but let me try that. I don't even think about to call them because I know she's going to think it's more than what it is. I'm like, it's all about business.
Right.
Like, no. I'm like, well, you call them then.
Well, now, Mr. Harris, you've said in your papers that you believe that there might be a class issue, or at least she thinks there's one, that she's a little bougie. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, she's, I'm ghetto compared to her, so to speak. It's like her upbringing was, you know, I guess I like to, when I'm with my friends, where we sit back, we're loud, music, I drink beers with them. She's more like, man, you look at too much TV, let's read a book. Let's do this, let's do that. I'm like, that's cool, but I don't want to always read no book. And she's like, you need to do this. And so, you know.
Does that cause problem, or do you enjoy each other's differences?
It depends.
It depends.
It depends. Like, you know, sometimes what's the word I'm looking for? We work with each other with it. Other times it's like, why? I don't feel like that today. It's like, okay, we're eating healthy. I don't want no salad today. Sometimes I want to eat something else.
Do you let the man be who he is and enjoy him for who he is, or did you marry him and say, well, he's not quite where I want him to be, but I'm gonna fix him and raise him up and make him read and do those things that you feel are appropriate?
Yeah.
You know, it don't work. Never does. Never does. You can expose him to things, and he either takes it up or he doesn't take it up, but you can't expect him to become somebody. You get the guy you marry, not the one you'd like to make him into, because they never travel that far. You know, they just don't.
When Divorce Court continues, is Gabrielle really too tired to be intimate? Or is there a secret she's afraid to face?
Do you think the loss of a business is a good enough reason to get divorced? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call now, 1-800-282-1991.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Ms. Harris, you got a complaint in here that I usually get from guys. You say you are a Scorpio. And I haven't heard anybody talk about that for 20 years, but anyway. And as such, you want a lot of sex, and you're having a little trouble getting his engine started.
Yeah.
No problem getting my engine started. It's just that it's like I'm the first one up every day at the house. I'm the first one up. I'm the last one down. So by the time she sleep before I go down. So by the time I'm asleep, everybody sleep, it's relax time. You know, sometimes, cool. But when I'm tired and you gonna wake me up, I mean, I understand the kids sleep,
Hey,
what's
it's an
happening?
opportunity.
Who complains about that? What man complains about
No
the white
man,
way?
except me. Except if I'm dead tired, I'm like, I get at you, but I can't do it right now. I'm too tired.
Right now,
I would
I'm
like
too
to help you,
tired.
but I'm too tired.
You know, sometimes that, waking people up when they're tired, I mean, that's unseemly. You people aren't really mad at each other, are you?
No.
You like each other. You think he's funny. You think she's beautiful. You just came over here just to play around, didn't you?
No.
You don't seem upset. You don't seem mad.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Listen,
She's crazy.
huh?
She's crazy.
And in what way?
Well, let's see. Every time I walk out the door and say hi to a woman, if I just see you, hi, how you doing? I seen how you said hi to her. What? But then when we get home, baby, I'm tired, it's okay. Well, it's okay at first, but then 2 o'clock in the morning, if I don't want to get up, then I got issues. What's wrong with you? I don't know, man, I'm just
Do you
sleepy.
believe that he's really looking and chasing other women? Because I don't think he is.
I don't believe he's chasing, but I know he's looking, So.
Sometimes they look.
Right.
You get me a 6'1", milk chocolate brown with sculpted arms and a washboard stomach walk through here right now, I'm looking. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not doing anything. I don't want any extra sex. I'm not going anywhere, anybody, but I'm gonna take a peek. So, men look. People look. You think he cheated on his first wife, though, right?
No, he did cheat on his first wife.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why do you think that has something to do with you?
Because in my mind, if you cheated on the first one, what's to say you're not going to cheat on me?
He told you about it?
Yeah.
Being upfront. Don't like lying because I'm not good at remembering stuff I said later on about it. So I'm going to tell you the truth.
Don't you see that as to say, hey, look, I did this wrong in this past relationship. I'm going to
Exactly.
come straight with you. So I'm going to let you know I did this wrong before, but I'm not that cat anymore. And I want to do the right thing. Don't you see his telling you as a way to, start your relationship right and correct?
Judge Lynn Toler's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toler's ruling right now.
I think you two really love each other. I think you're mad about that business. But I'm going to tell you something. The buck does stop with you when you're the head of it. So whoever made a mistake and you didn't catch it or you didn't have the right checks and balances in place, that falls on you. And no, he didn't get his license and all that kind of, it could have helped, it could have worked out, but you can't live on somebody else's failure like that, especially if you love him. You got to pass it, you got to say enough, because everybody's going to make mistakes like that. And at the end of the day, it was your agency, and you're responsible for it. That's why you lost your license. So I think that that's where that is, and you got to forgive this man. I think you got a good guy. I think you got a good woman. And I'm not quite sure why you're here. I don't think you want to go searching for man number 3. I think you like having a husband. You got this one, keep him. Let him do what he needs to do and all this kind of stuff, and enjoy him, rub that bald head. It'll be fine. It'll be fine indeed. I'm not going to award anybody anything because I couldn't do it anyway, because you haven't demonstrated, no paperwork, no nothing to demonstrate to me that he, through a failure of his, caused you an economic loss. You guys lost everything, both of you, and it was a joint loss and a joint business. You got to look at it that way. Instead of, pointing fingers at somebody, just say, hey, look, we fell on this one. Let's march on and do other things. You got 9,000 children. To leave one another now would leave a whole city in chaos. You got to stay home, stay together, act like you got some sense, and may the force be with you. This matter is adjourned.
Deven and Gabrielle agree with the judge's ruling and are striving to rebuild their relationship. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.